Hey there, Leon with LeonGramsFitness.com here. I want to have a brief discussion today about when a fruit is not good for you. And I know that might be a little bit misleading at first, and it's certainly not always the case. But this was sparked by a discussion I had with a lady I met the other night. And she was asking me, she was saying she was very against nutritional supplements, and she doesn't like all the powders and various different things. And even after I explained to her that, with my beliefs, it's more along the lines of all whole foods combined, like the highest quality of whole foods combined with the highest quality of nutritional supplements to back them up. She still posed the question, when she's exercising, when she's finished exercising, why can't she just have an orange? How is having all these powders and things any different from that? And that kind of stumped me because I thought, where do I begin? Where do I begin to talk about how different those two things are? Like while the orange is still good for you post-workout, it's just there are so many other things which would be more appropriate to have or to combine with that when you finish up in the gym. So today I just want to talk about what I call the essentials. So we've all heard of essential vitamins, essential minerals, essential fatty acids. Most of us have heard of too, the omega-3 and the omega-6 fatty acids. And a lot of us, and a lot of you will have heard of essential amino acids. Now that's less common, but that's basically amino acids are the building blocks of protein. So unfortunately we tend to sort of gloss over the word essential. It's because the word essential is often used in marketing for all different kinds of products out there, including hair and skin creams and blah blah blah, other things like that. They market them as being essential. However, when I say essential amino acids or essential fatty acids, these things actually are essential for your body to function properly, to function the way it's supposed to build and grow and not break down, to maintain health. All these essential vitamins, minerals, fatty acids, amino acids, these are all essential for you to do that. And by essential, I mean your body has to get them through your diet. It either can't produce them at all, it can't manufacture them inside at all, or it can't manufacture them in quantities high enough for what we actually demand, what our biological demand is. That is why these are considered essential, because we have to get them through our diet. We have to eat them. So what's interesting is, as I've mentioned many times already now, essential vitamins, essential minerals, we have essential fatty acids, which are fats, and essential amino acids, which are proteins. There are no essential carbohydrates. None. We do not, to live, to function, to survive, we do not have to eat carbohydrates. Okay, we can, and we obviously do, and it does help. Carbohydrates are kind of like the gas you put in your car, or for the Australians watching this, the petrol you put in your car. However, what happens when you buy a car and you only ever put fuel in it? You never do any maintenance on it. You never replace any parts. You never put any new tires. You never change the oil. You never do anything but just put tank after tank of fuel through it. It breaks down a hell of a lot faster, doesn't it? And our body is somewhat like that. If we only eat carbohydrates, which are the fuel, our body will break down sooner or later. So what I'm trying to say is, when you finish your workout, the difference between having an orange, which is basically entirely carbohydrates, or having, say, a protein shake where you add in your protein, which will cover your essential amino acids. So a whey protein isolate is a good source here. Your essential fatty acids, so you add in an oil like a flaxseed oil or a hemp seed oil or a mixed omega-3, 6, 9 oil, whatever you can get your hands on, and you add that in as well. And then you add that to some high glycemic carbohydrates, which will help actually transport those fats and proteins out to the tissues within the body. You are supplying the biological demand you just created by going to the gym. However, when you have an orange, you're simply, the only thing that orange is going to do is restore the carbohydrates you burnt. So when you have carbohydrates, it breaks down into glucose and is stored in your muscles as glycogen. And basically when you exercise, you deplete that. So you will replace that, which is good. But what about the protein that we've just used up? We have all this damage we've just done to our body, the stress we put on our body during exercise. you haven't replaced any of that, and that's what we need to, because as Dr. Corey put it in an interview I listened to just last week, you can't build muscle out of thin air. And again, when I'm saying build muscle, I don't necessarily mean in a bodybuilding term of building big, showy muscles. I'm just talking about building a functional body, stopping your body breaking down, because if you're not growing, you're breaking down. So the idea is to continually keep our bodies growing, especially as we age, continually stimulate them to grow. Otherwise, they just break down. So, as Corey said, you can't build muscle out of thin air. And if you're not giving your body the tools it needs, the spare parts to actually to build and create and maintain itself, it's going to break down. So I hope that's fairly clear, and it's a bit of a summary as to the difference between having, say, some fruit after we work out, or combining that fruit with some protein, some fats, and then there's a whole other bunch of nutritional supplements you could add to that. But right for this post, I'm just talking about the essentials, which are our essential vitamins, essential minerals that no one argues with. But then there's also the essential fatty acids and the essential amino acids or proteins that are often forgotten about. So let's focus on doing that. That is why I titled this "When a Piece of Fruit is Not Good for You." And it's not that it's not good for you, it's just it could be so much better. It could be so much more effective and so much more appropriate for what we're looking for and what you've just done. And that's what I'm always looking to do, is provide make things effective and make them appropriate. So that said, I'm Leon. You're on leongramsfitness.com. I hope that was interesting. Have a great day, and I wish you all the best in your pursuit of health. Thanks.